Alrighty, good morning, Arkansas. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster coming back here once again. I'm here to give you guys your morning forecast update for today here. So, first and foremost, guys, as you guys know, we don't have much going on across the natural state at this point. I'm going to zoom down so you guys can actually see Arkansas. But we don't have much going on across the natural state at this point here. It's a very muggy morning across the natural state. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on temperatures real quickly here. Now, first and foremost, guys, we got a lot. And I mean, we have a lot to talk about in this morning forecast update. So much so that I'm gonna kind of reduce the time frame of this morning video forecast update, and I'm going to more than likely do a blog this afternoon. If you guys would like to see a tropical blog this afternoon, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see to that getting done for this afternoon here, guys. So first and foremost, here's temperatures right now here, and this is another reason why we have the widespread heat advisory, which I'm going to go over in a few minutes as well. We got 79 in the metro right now, 77 in Camden, 77 in El Dorado, 73 in Mount Home, 70 degrees up there. The coolest right now in the natural state up there in northwestern Arkansas, 75 in Fort Smith, and also 70 down there in Mena, 73 in Ashdown at this point, 81 over there right now in Batesville, and 81 over there in southeastern Arkansas and eastern Arkansas as well. So that combined with the dew points here, I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the heat index right now here. And right now, granted, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, almost 4 o'clock in the morning, and your heat index is already 85 degrees in Batesville at this point. So this is why I'm saying, guys, we don't cool off much at night. That's what leads to the dangerous heat throughout the afternoon hours here. Now, there is going to be a little bit of relief from the heat. The ridge of high pressure is going to be centered right over Arkansas for today, and it's going to start moving eastward as we get towards the weekend, and that is going to set us up for what could be a very interesting work week next week for the natural state here. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, tracking the tropics here across the board, and we now have Invest 99L. And I talked about this briefly last night, how Invest 99L developed out here in the Caribbean, and the forecast models are already putting tracks on the system here. So right now, seeing it about 29 miles per hour, moving west at 23 miles per hour. So it's moving pretty quickly off towards the west here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna overlay the 5-day outlook here. And now, yesterday it was sitting at about 60% chance of development over the next 5 days. It has now been increased to 70%, and I wouldn't be shocked by the time we get towards the 8 o'clock or even the 2 o'clock update for today with the National Hurricane Center that it gets bumped up even further from there. So the area of interest goes from the Caribbean towards the Yucatan Peninsula and now includes much of the central Gulf of Mexico here, and this is where we're watching for a potential tropical system over the next couple of days. Now, why is that important for us here in Arkansas? And I talked about this in our stories, so check that out we'll check that out this morning if you can. But what I talked about this morning is much of your computer model guidance, your GFS, your Euro, your Canadian, all your computer model guidance, your major computer model guidance suggests is that Arkansas will see impacts from this system as we get towards next week. I want to stress there is some uncertainty with this right now. We have to wait and see on how the next couple of days is going to pan out before we take further action here. However, if you know anyone that's have any interest in terms of going towards the Texas coastline or the Louisiana coastline, monitor the progression of this system very, 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 very carefully. And also, because I know this is going to happen over the next couple of days, yes, there is computer model guidance, and I know the famous HWRF model wants to blow this up to a Category 5 hurricane. I want to stress some caution when using those computer model guidance or seeing those computer model guidance on Facebook, on the news feed, etc., because I know there will be somebody that will post about that. Right now, looking at satellite, one, we do not have a defined area of low pressure. Okay, we don't have a defined center. Basically, that would make it a tropical system. Will we get that over the next couple of days? Likely so. But until that develops, it is going to be very hard for guidance to pinpoint an accurate track for this system. So that is something that we're going to monitor very closely, and we're going to continue to keep you guys updated right across the board with this system. However, that's just something that I want to stress because I've already seen it. We haven't had a system really developed just yet, and there's already computer model guy that's trying to spit out these apocalyptic hurricane situations here. So just use caution when you see those graphics on Facebook, guys. It's not a call out to anyone. I just want to get that out there for you guys. That way, you guys aren't uncertain on if this is going to be a major hurricane or anything like that. Now, the flip side of that coin. And this is the little bit part of me that kind of is like, this is not going to happen, but I could see it happening. One, the Gulf of Mexico right now is boiling. It's in the mid to upper 80s, even in some cases some low 90s, especially across especially near the coast. Also, in the Gulf of Mexico right now, and what's going to happen over the next couple of days is the shear in the Gulf of Mexico is going to go down significantly. You don't have dry air, you don't have really anything. The Gulf of Mexico, it is about as conducive for tropical development as it can get. So we saw this with Grace. Tropical storm, Cat 1, all the way up to near a Category 4 before making landfall in Mexico. Could it happen with this system? I can't say no right now. I can't. And that goes with everything that we've talked about in terms of the system and everything else. And I know I just told you guys not to look at those apocalyptic hurricane models, but this is the other side of why I'm saying watch this system very, very closely. It's going to move into an area that is very favorable for tropical development. My money right now is this thing ends up becoming a name storm, which will be Ida, or it's going to be Julianne. And Julianne it's going to be a battle between which one gets the first name, which one gets the name first, because you got another investor over here in the Central Atlantic that could become Ida before Invest 99 does. So it's going to be a battle between what system gets what name. It's going to be Ida or it's going to be Julianne. But regardless, impact here in Arkansas right now, I'm putting it. I had it at 10% yesterday. Today, for this morning, I'm going 30%. For the potential for impacts for us here in Arkansas, given the fact that I'm starting to see a little bit more of an agreement in terms of computer model guidance that suggests that we will have tropical impacts here in Arkansas. So that being said, if you guys would like for me to do a blog later on in terms of what can we expect with this tropical system, please let me know in the comments. If I get overwhelming support of that blog, I will have that out for you guys by this afternoon here once we get a good handle on today's data here. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about your other highlights for today here, guys. I think I've talked you guys' head off in terms of tropics here, but heat advisory in effect for all of Arkansas for today here. The heat wave continues through the end of the week here. However, the heat ridge is going to push off towards the east as we get towards starting tomorrow. The heat ridge, as I talked about before, looks to relocate to the east as we get towards this weekend, setting us up for what could potentially be impacts to not only the Gulf Coast, but here in Arkansas from Invest 99L, which will either become Ida or Julianne over the next couple of days here. We'll keep you guys updated on that. So here's your morning regional outlook for today here, guys. Until that point, it is going to be hot and it's going to be humid here. Heat advisory for the entire state, by the way, for today here. So dangerous heat index says 105 to 110. High temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, even in some cases make a run for the 100-degree mark. I think all that rainfall we got, especially in northern Arkansas a couple of days ago, is kind of helping us stay away from the 100-degree weather. However, heat indexes will be 105 to 110 across much of Arkansas here. So stay hydrated, limit your time outdoors, and stay cool, guys. And check on your elderly, check on your pets. Check on those that don't have AC as well. Overnight lows tonight back down into the low to mid 70s, even in some cases, especially down in southeast Arkansas, having a very hard time getting out of the 80s down there for tonight here. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here on your source for all things Arkansas weather.